संतोषयत सन्तौ श्रीलरूपसनातनौ दाक्षिणात्येन भट्टेन पुनरेतद्विविच्यते तस्याद्यं ग्रन्थनालेकं क्रान्तव्युत्क्रान्तखण्डितं पर्यालोच्यातपर्यायं कृत्वा लिखति जीवकः. Welcome to all of you. This is okay? You can, if you want, you can increase the sound. Okay, you can adjust. Amok Prabhu, how are you? You are waiting. Actually, I left my class, that means Bhagavat class, 10 minutes late. That's why our time is shifted 10 minutes. Okay,
Yes, Prabhu. I can see. I missed all these things. You have taught so many things in the board. I can see. So I was thinking.
Yeah, we discussed today some topics, new topics.
Yeah.
Okay, we are discussing 19th Anuched. So Anuched Prabhu, you are ready? You are ready to catch the points. Atha Swarupa Bhutakyam Antarangam Shaktim Sarvasyapi Pravrutyanyathanupapatya Tavadaha Dvabhyam. Till now we discussed Bahiranga Shakti of the Lord. Absolute truth is Chit Achit Bhagavan. Chit Achit Bhagavan. Achit part we have seen. And Chit is also categorized into two, Antaranga and Tatastha Shakti. And in this Paramatma Sandarbha we are going to discuss Tatastha Shakti. And in the Bhakti Sandarbha we want to see about Swarupa Shakti or the Antaranga Shakti particularly. That is our interest of discussion. In the previous Anucheda we discussed Bahiranga Shakti. By using Riterdam Yat Pratiyeta Na Pratiyeta Chatmani Tad Vidyad Atmano Mayam Tadabhas Yathabhaso Yathatama. Now we have to discuss about the Antaranga Shakti. The sloka is 6th canto, 16th chapter, 23rd and 24th. Yanna sprushanti na Yanna sprushanti na vidur mano buddhindriyasavaha antarbahishcha vitatam Vyomavattannatosmyaham Dehendriya Pranamanodiyomi Yadam Shaviddah Pracharanti Karmasu Naivanyadalohamiva Traptam Prataptam Sthaneshu Tadrashtrapadeshameti. Sandarbha class is so peaceful actually. So happy and no hurry. Nobody can say anything. Our own syllabus, our own. When there is, yeah, not the covering of Anucheda. So now I will read the translation. First one. The Supreme Brahman emanates from the Supreme Personality of Godhead and expands like the sky. Okay. Although untouched by anything material, it exists within and without. Nonetheless, the mind, intelligence, sense, and living force can neither touch him nor know him. I offer unto him my respectful obeisances. This is the first one. And the second translation. As iron has the power to burn when made red hot in association of fire. So the body, senses, living force, mind, and intelligence, although merely lumps of matter, can function in their activities when infused with a particle of consciousness by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As iron cannot burn unless heated by fire, the bodily senses cannot act unless favored by the Supreme Brahman. So these are the meanings. Yanna sprushanti naviduhu antarbahishcha vitatam. That means first sloka, if you see, the one which is spreading in everywhere, antarbahishcha, it is inside and also it is outside. Inside and outside of what? Inside and outside of everything. It is spreaded everywhere. What is that? That is the Shakti of the Lord. Which Shakti? Here it's a Satta. So here Prabhupada is writing, it is Supreme Brahman emanates from the personality of Godhead and expands like the sky. So like the sky, it is expanding everyone. Yat Brahma Vyomavat Vitatame Api. Here what you should take? Which feature you should take of the Supreme Lord, Supreme Truth? Brahman feature. Brahman means what? Nirgun Nirvishesh Chinmatar Satta. Satta or Jnana or anything. Pratibodha Matram, anything you can take. So it is spreading all over all the places. You cannot say Brahman is not there here or anywhere. It is existing everywhere. How? Vyomavat. Like the sky is existing everywhere, is spreading everywhere. The same way, Brahman also spreaded everywhere. But even it is existing everywhere, mind, life air, and mano buddhi indriyasavaha, and also intelligence, all these things they cannot know. They cannot know that, or rather they cannot see that, they cannot touch that. Naspushanti. They cannot. Naspushanti means na viduhu. They cannot see. They cannot understand. They cannot perceive. Good word is they cannot perceive. Yes. So what is that vastu? That is Brahman. Brahman cannot be perceived by the mind, intelligence, and otherwise life or anything. Any faculties, these faculties. Like life air is having the Kriya Shakti, Manadis Gnana Shakti. So these all will not know. You will not be successful in perceiving the Kriya Shakti of the life air, Gnana Shakti of the mind, cannot be successful in perceiving Brahman. Bhaiya, what you are saying, we are not understanding. You are saying Brahman, that is absolute truth, is all pervading, yes. The Kriya Shakti and Gnana Shakti, that is also, we just got the information that those are also belongs to the Lord, and those are all not successful by that Shaktis, this life air and the mind is not successful in perceiving the Brahman, then what is this? Clearly understanding the point? Okay, that is another thing. This point is clear. Gnana Shakti and Kriya Shakti, they are not, which are given to the life air and the mind. Gnana Shakti is also circulating, is flowing in the Gnana Shakti is flowing in the mind. That's why mind is able to grasp the things. Otherwise, mind is simply a lump of matter. That means lump of inert materials. It cannot perceive, it cannot remember, it cannot hold some knowledge. But now the mind is holding, because that is given with the Kriya Shakti, Gnana Shakti, which is nothing but the Lord's Antaranga Shakti. And life air is flowing here and there, up and down in the whole, circulating whole body. Life air is basically it is inert material. Now it is moving here and there. That means actions are happening. So that means it got some Shakti to move. That is known as Kriya Shakti. That is also belonging to the Antanga Shakti. That is not the property of any material object. It's not natural property of life air. These are all inert materials. So now, how it is possible? Well, that means even what statement is given here, by using that Gnana Shakti of the mind and by using the Kriya Shakti of that life air, you cannot perceive the Brahman or the Supreme Lord. Yes? Clear point? By using Gnana Shakti which is given to the mind, by using the Kriya Shakti which is given to the life air, we cannot perceive Brahman. Yes? You got his statement? There's another. In the normal condition I am speaking, not in a devotee's condition. You are there. Are you seeing now with your Gnana Shakti? Are you seeing now Lord here in front of? Are you perceiving directly? I know. Nobody knows, but I know you. I know you are. No, I know. You are the student, I know. you are you are Vaishnava, but you are also student. So anyway, okay, maybe you are seeing. I'm not. I don't want to offend on you. Okay. What is that? What is saying? Thanks, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Okay, now try to understand this. That's the point it is said. What Sloka, what it is said? Brahman is there which is existing in everywhere, but still we are not able to perceive that Brahman by using our mind and life air. That means The Gnana Shakti, whatever is given to the mind, and the Kriya Shakti, whatever is given to the life air, that is not successful. That is the point. You can take all. They are also given with the different. Adi means many. Manadini. Just for example, I'm saying. Tesham tadagnane hetumahu aha. Then what is the reason why we are not able to perceive? Is said. Answer is said like this. देहेन्द्रियादयो अमीयदंशविद्दाः यच्च येतन्यांशेन आविष्टाः सन्तः कर्मसु स्वस्वविषयेषु प्रचरन्ति जाग्रत्स्वप्नयोः अन्यदा सुषुप्तिमूर्च्छादौ न प्रचरन्ति. The next sloka is coming. Immediately the next sloka is coming. Dehendriya prana manodiyaha. Body, senses, life air, mind and intelligence. All these. Yadamsha viddaha. These are all functioning because the energy, that means Lord's energy. Yadamsha means the portion of the Lord. That means the energy of the Lord. Viddaha, that means entered into all these. Pracharanti pracharanti karmasu. Then they all active. They do their activity. Till now, you might have read that only Jivatma entered and then it started functioning. Might have. Like this. But actually, not only Jivatma, the Lord's energy, Antaranga Shakti also, Kriya Shakti, and in the form of Gnana Shakti, it enters into the every limb of the body. Even what to speak, that Shakti is, that Kriya Shakti and the Gnana Shakti is even entering into the each and every element also. If you take two Paramanus, two atoms, they are all combined and they are staying together. Some force is pulled and they are tied. Some energy, some active energy is working to bind those two atoms together. Even that also is the Lord's Kriya Shakti. It's all pervading, everywhere it is. But our material science is nothing in front of this Vedic science is nothing actually. They don't know anything. They always speculate in half knowledge and half thought. Any thought if you take, that is half. If you go starting and if you go ending, they don't know ending, they don't know starting, and just they speak on something nonsense. It's not logical actually. It is not from the start. Logical means you should be having the proper soberly, you should present. There is no soberness. No intellectual person will accept modern philosophy. If he is a fool and he wants to just follow another fool, then he will accept. Because especially in my case, when I was studying, I used to do research, and while studying, and I was having thousands of doubts in the modern science, and after that I got frustration, leave it. It's a useless. This anyway, I just formality I completed. At that time, I was thinking I should do something such a science, such a study where we can study the real knowledge, where there will be no doubts, everything will be clarified, and everything is logical. Like example, if you say a simple formula, F is equal to mg. If you throw any object with the force of with the object which is having mass of m, and in the upward direction, so it will fall with the force of F is equal to mg. G is equal to gravitational constant. G is equal to what? 9.8 meters per second square approximately. Why this approximately? Why not it is absolute? That is my first question. So that means they are not able to, they say all the time, if you go to the poles of the North Pole and South Poles, then it will be the another thing. If you go inside the earth, it will be changing. So like this, they are explaining, then can you fix it? That means completely properly, so that it will be considering all the conditions and all the things. Can you make such a thorough, that means a final and concrete value? It's not approximately absolute value. Nothing in this material world, nothing is absolute. You cannot, any figure you cannot give absolutely in this material world. If is equal, you are saying the curve is equal to mx e power minus x. It is going and going and going in infinite time, even it is going, but it will not touch the x-axis. So when it will touch, it will not touch. It is decreasing, but still it will not touch. That means they are also having some kind of thoughts where there is no explanation, then they said it is infinity. So like this, so many, and imaginary root minus 1 is equal to plus or minus I, imaginary constant, I. Why this is imaginary? Root minus 1 you take. Why you are taking plus or minus? What basis you are proving? Mathematically also I used to analyze. Then I got complete it's bogus. And that's why no instrument is, if whatever materially they develop instruments, can they work absolutely for the infinite time? They will not work. They will be working for some time. That means they have some approximation and they did. That means they use so many principles, and those are all are postulated approximately. That means not completely thoroughly complete, not absolute. So not absolute, and that's why even instrument also is working for few days only. Then what is that absolute which can stay forever and which cannot change? This I was thinking in the when I was doing my engineering. So I used to think, what is that absolute object which never changes? In this material world, everything, if I invent this mobile, it is also spoiled, finished. If I construct any house, it will be finished. Why it is not absolute? Why it is not staying permanently for infinite time? And what is that absolute thing? But that means if you go through the science also soberly, if you go deeply, then you will end up with the concept of God. Yeah.
And I found that I discovered for myself that human body works so meticulously.
Yeah.
All the organs, cells, tissues, they are organized, designed, and they are programmed in such a way that the human body is functioning so nicely.
If you take one
So-
cell, there is a mitochondria. It is like an engine,
Yeah.
and it is having RNA, DNA, plasma, so many things.
Yeah.
Energy is going. That digested food is going and through the blood, and after that, oxygen is also carrying, and both are burning there, and energy is coming, and waste material is coming out.
Factory,
Such a
factory.
small cell, it is functioning, and who made this engine? So that
Yeah.
is a
So that was my question. If the
Like
human
this.
body is functioning so smoothly,
yeah.
so who is doing all these things?
So like this. Yeah. 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 Even. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. 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 Yeah. 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 So yeah, whenever if you go deeply into even materially also, finally everything ends with the concept of yeah. Even if you as a political student also, if you go thoroughly, then if you try to understand the natures, how the people are behaving and what is the reason, then finally you will end up with the modes, and then what is the cause for that, then you will finish, you will end with the any science if you take, that will ultimately go and merge with the concept, end with the concept of God. You should accept. any chemistry student, physics, mathematics, science, politics, any student. If you go deeply into your subject, definitely you should accept. But these scientists, they are just fooling us actually. It's just they are foolish people. Yeah, yeah, yes, yeah, yes, yeah, yes. These people's calculations are all approximate, but Lord's are, they are perfect, and they work till the time when He desires, and He doesn't want, then it will finish. It's not that automatically it's going and so nobody says that, no Shastra is saying this universe is collapsing automatically by one time. By the time it will collapse, is not said. When Lord not desiring to see this, then everything is winded up. Till that time it will keep on going. That is his physics actually. Anyway, now come to this point. So this Gnana Shakti and Kriya Shakti, which are the Antaranga, till now we didn't prove this, but still I am already using because I already said to you, so that's why I am using as Antaranga Shakti. These two are there, still we are not able to perceive the knowledge, perceive the Brahman, perceive the Brahman. The reason is given, the Shakti, the portion of that absolute truth, that means Antaranga Shakti, is entering into the mind, intelligence, body, and senses, and they are all functioning. Example is given. Yatha aprataptam loham nadahati ato yatha loham agni shaktaiva dahakam sadagnim nadahati evam brahmagata gnana kriya shaktibhyam pravartamana dehadaya tanna sprushanti na viduscheti bhavaha ityesha. This is the okay, sorry. I will come back once again. Dehendriyomi yadamsha viddah yechetanyamshenavishtaha santah karmasu swasavishayeshu pracharanti. They are all active and they do their business. Like mind is doing his business. This mind, intelligence, senses, body, in all these, the Lord's portion of the Lord's energy will enter into that, and they are all functioning in their activities. And functioning in their activities means they are doing their specific duties. Jagraswapnayoho anyada sushupti murchadau na pracharanti. They function in the stage of Jagrat and Swapna. In the awakening stage and in the Swapna stage only, body, senses, mind, intelligence, they work. In the Shushupti, so they are not working. They are not working. And Murchado, and also in the stage of unconsciousness. That means they are lying, but since Paramatma is having sanction of the, that means he is sanctioning, that means life for this jiva, so then it's in the just equilibrium state. No hand is not moving, eyes are not seeing and understanding the things, hands are not doing, and legs are not walking and doing. That means these activities, the respective activities of the body are not happening. And also the senses, they are also not functioning. He cannot hear, he cannot see, he cannot think also, he cannot do anything. Mind is not thinking. So like that, respective activities, everything are stopped in the Sushupti and Murcha. Yatha aprataptam loham nadahati ata yatha loham agnishaktyaiva dahakam sadagnim nadahati. Example is given to explain this. Like you take a iron rod, and if it is not heated, it is not kept in the fire, so then will it burn you? It will not burn. It will not burn you. Aprataptam loham nadahati. So like that, senses which are not surcharged with the energy of the Lord, so those will not function. Example is given, like the iron which is not heated will not burn. But ataha yatha loham agnishakyaiva. When you keep that iron rod in the fire, then what will happen? Then it will also become red hot, and dahakam, it will catch the fire, it will catch the heat energy, and then if you touch now, then it will burn. Similarly, when the Lord's energy enter into these parts, body, mind and others, then those are all will function. That means, evam brahmagata gnana kriya shaktibhyam pravartamanaha dehadayaha tanna sprushanti. And one important point you should remember here. What is that? When you take an iron rod and when you heated it and it is now having the fire, it will become red like them. That means it is also fire. Can that fire will burn the fire which is there? Can it burn? No, no. Same way. The Shaktis of the Brahman, that means Kriya Shakti and Gnana Shakti of the Brahman entered into the senses, mind and intelligence and others. So they became active, and that energy, whatever is there, Gnana Shakti and Kriya Shakti in that senses and others, can they perceive the Brahman? No. Like how? Got it? Adarsh Prabhu, you got it? Shall I explain once again? Once again I am coming. So come. First, what I am saying, like the body, mind, intelligence and others. No. First you take the iron rod. Rod, simple rod. Simple rod is there, and when you heated it, when you kept in the fire, it is also becoming the fire.
Yeah.
And that fire, Amag Prabhu, so try to focus. And that fire, whatever is there in
Yes,
that
Prabhu, I
iron rod,
understand.
so yeah, can that fire can burn the fire which is there surrounding
No.
to that?
No, it cannot.
That means the fire which is cause for iron rod to become a fire. So the fire now which is there in the iron rod, can it burn the fire which is outside to that?
No, it
Adarsh
cannot.
Prabhu, can you explain, Mataji? It's very important. That's it. Fire, what is the nature of the fire? Fire
Burning.
nature is what? Burning. Yeah, now the fire is there. So then can it
Yeah.
burn that fire?
No.
Fire nature is burning. So how it cannot burn the fire which is outside to that rod? Similarly, the Kriya Shakti and Gnana Shakti of the Brahman is entering into the mind, intelligence,
Mind
senses
and
and
intelligence. Yeah.
yeah. It will not burn. That will not change anything. That. Similarly, that cannot affect that. Similarly, the energy which is, that means Kriya Shakti and Gnana Shakti which is there in the senses and others, that
It can
cannot perceive the Brahman,
Brahman.
which is all pervading. Got it?
Yes, Prabhu.
Tirumala, you got? You didn't get. See, yes. Can it burn the fire outside? It cannot do, na? Same way, now you take the senses and these, they are all now given with the Kriya Shakti and Gnana Shakti of the Brahman. Brahman's Kriya Shakti and Gnana Shakti entered into that. So now, by that Kriya and Gnana Shakti, can you perceive the Brahman? No. Like how you cannot burn the, by the heat energy, by the fire of that iron rod, you cannot burn the outside the fire. Yeah. Although they have the nature of knowing and doing, they cannot perceive the Brahman. The that is the point of fire means what? It should burn. And why? You should take the example as it is. Na eva anyada loham eva aprataptam. Here it is saying actually clearly. Dahakam sadagnim sat agnim. That means the agni which is existing there. Now the iron rod became fire, and also fire is existing there, outside to that, surrounding to that. Can it burn that? No. Sadagnim nadahati. Evam, in the same way, Brahmagata Gnana Kriya Shaktibhyam Pravartamanaha Dehadayah. That means the energy is related to the Brahman, the Kriya and Gnana Shakti related to the Brahman. By that, these senses and mind and everyone is working. And with that energy now, can you see back the Brahman? No. Example is fire and rod. They who gave this kind of explanation? This is Sridhar Swami's explanation. That's why you are not able to see the Brahman even though it is all pervading. That's why you are not able to. Your senses, mind, everything is working because of the Gnana Shakti of the Brahman, but you are not able to see that. Dehadayah tanna sprushanti na viduscha. That means na sprushanti means na viduhu. They cannot know the Brahman.
No, that this dreaming state, waking state, how is it related with our discussion?
Anyada is there na in the sloka. So Naiva Anyada. That means Deha, the Dehendriya. You take this sloka also. Dehendriya Prana Mano Diyomi. That means all these. Deha, Prana, Mana and Indriya. All these. Yadamsha Viddaha Pracharanti Karmasu. Yad means here you take Brahman. So Brahman's energy. Amsha means energy. That means are otherwise part and parcel of Brahman. That means Kriya Shakti and Gnana Shakti. So Brahman's Kriya Shakti and Gnana Shakti Viddah means entered. Entered in whom? Into all these. All these are all charged by the Shakti of the Brahman. Kriya and Gnana Shakti of the Brahman. So those senses and those Pracharanti Karmasu, they active in their, they do their activities. They do their respective activities. Naeva Anyada. Not in other, Anyada means in other time. Na Anyada. Anyatha nahi. Anyada means not in other time. What is that other time? In the Shushupti and dream. In the Shushupti and in the Murcha. In the coma stage. In the coma stage and in the Shushupti deep sleep state, these senses, mind, intelligence, they don't function. They don't function. Hands are not moving. Legs are not moving. In the deep sleep state, hands will move? No. Legs move? No, nothing. Everything is just lying. And mind will function? Mind is knowing anything? No. Yes. Lord is, see, that is the control. Actually, He is having the control of the that Shakti is also just we are not analyzing each and every detail, but here what is the point? Now the Kriya Shakti, Gnana Shakti is there, but even it is there, it will not work in the Sushupti stage and in the coma stage. What is the reason? The karma actually. Karma is also acting. This guy has to sleep this much time to this much time, deep sleep. You have to justify every factor. You cannot neglect anything actually. So of course the Kriya Shakti, Gnana Shakti is there. And why you are not working? Why they are not working? Why he is in the Murchita stage? Why in the coma? Because karma is also the point factor you should consider. Otherwise there is no space for the karma. And not only that, even Jnana Shakti, Kriya Shakti is flowing and someone's hand will be just is paralyzed and not functioning. What is the reason? Karma is also point. Yeah, karma. Yes. In the same body, some part is not working at all. It will not do its respective activity because of the karma. It is a different energy actually of the Maya. It's a Bahiranga Shaktis. So yeah, they are making, they giving the anesthesia and making. So that means, yeah, yeah, those are all. That means giving anesthesia is also karma. Because of that karma, it is not functioning. And sometimes even without giving anesthesia, his hand is not working. That inside karma is there. Yeah. No, you see, it's not that the someone is overcoming another. You should give the respective zone to everyone. If you don't accept this, then there is no role of karma. You should give the places to the all the energies. Because it is happening. What is the fact? Fact is happening. I understood your point. Oh, Kriya and Gnana Shakti are the Swarupa Antaranga Shakti's energies, and now it is surpassed, it is overcome by the Karma Shakti. How it is? The answer is now, this is the point actually. You should consider the factor of karma also, na? It's not the material world. So that's why that is the Lord's arrangement actually. He is giving such a arrangement actually. He is doing. Kriya and Gnana Shaktis are belonging to the Lord, and those are now Lord's permission is there. As a Paramatma, He is controlling everything. He is controlling karma, He is controlling Kriya Shakti, and He is controlling Gnana Shakti. Everything He is the controller. What is the need of Paramatma? To do all these. Otherwise, why Paramatma is necessary in sitting everyone's heart? He is justifying. Now, which energy has to surpass whom? Which should surpass other? Which should be active now? Which should be given the space now? Lot of work. It's not just uh, one point. Yeah, will of Jiva already he is knowing, and he is knowing that everything. Kshetrajna he is. Sarva Kshetrajna.
From Paramatma, right?
Yeah. नहीं मुझे हंसी आ रहा है. My God, आप लोग you are all asking such a wonderful questions. Okay. अत्राद्वैत शारीरिकेऽपि सांख्यमाक्षिप्ये उक्तं यथा. Even in the Advaita Sharirika, it means Advaita Sharirika means you should know that Shankaracharya wrote the commentary on Vedanta Sutras. That is known as Sharirika Bhashya. So that's a Advaita Sharirika. That means the philosophy of the Advaita on the Vedanta Sutras. From there we are speaking. There, Shankaracharya is defeating the concept of Sankyates. Shankaracharya is a Vedanti and Sankyates are Sankyates. Both philosophies are different. Vedanti accept Brahman as all potent or a Brahman as supreme. And but the Sankyates they accept Prakriti as superior. That is the difference. Now we have to establish Brahman is superior to the Prakriti, and Prakriti is controlled by the Brahman. So in that context, anyway, I am not going to details of this because there is a lot of so much discussion is there. What is their philosophy? Why they accept? They have their own reasons, and it's a big discussion. Now we have to just take the whatever part is interesting for us, that what is given for us. Ata punah, to establish same thing whatever we discussed till now. So the same thing we are seeing in the words of Shankaracharya also. अतः पुनः साक्षी निमित्तम् ईक्षितृत्वं प्रधानस्य कल्प्यत यथा अग्निनिमित्तमयः पिण्डादेः दग्धृत्वं तथा सति यन्निमित्तम् ईक्षितृत्वं प्रधानस्य तदैव सर्वज्ञं मुख्यं जगतः कारणम् इति. अतः पुनः साक्षी निमित्तम ईक्षितृत्वं प्रधानस्य कल्प्यते यथा अग्निनिमित्तमयः पिण्डादेः दग्धृत्वं तथा सति यन्निमित्तम् ईक्षितृत्वं प्रधानस्य तदेव सर्वज्ञं मुख्यं जगतः कारणम्. Sankyates, they say like this. Sankhya philosophy is like this. No, no. Okay, you all tell. You comment. No, you started explaining. Shambhala, you want to say? board is visible? Okay. Our Atul Gopal Prabhu is so active. He is always, anytime he will. See, this is Pradhana. I am explaining Sankhya philosophy. Basic philosophy, basic thing I am saying. Pradhana. And it is, anyway, they also accept Pradhana is Jada, inert. It is inert material. That means it cannot see, it cannot Sakshitvam, Ikshitvam. It cannot see or it cannot act anything. You can take. All these actions are not possible by Pradhana itself. So now they accept one more element, that is Purusha. This is Purusha. Purusha is also not active. Not active means Purusha is Chetana actually. Sorry, not active, I should not say. Purusha is Chetana. So this Chetana Padartha, just it is close to the Pradhana. Because of the Pradhana is associating Chetana, then it will become active. Pradhana also will work, will function. Pradhana will function. And they say Chetana is only there to give the activeness. That means Chetanatvam to the Pradhana. Chetana, that means Purusha is there to give the Chetanatvam to the Pradhana, but everything is done by the Pradhana only. Purusha is not having anything. That means no desire, no qualities. That means they say Purusha is not like how we accept. Like how we accept Ishvara is the cause for the Pradhana, and Ishvara is creating the everything, and everything is his energy. So that kind of concept they don't accept. They don't, just to bring up Pradhana is only the main. Just one thing is missing in this, that is Chetanatvam. So that is taken by the Purusha, but everything is done by the Pradhana. That means all the desiring, thinking, feeling, willing, everything is because of Pradhana only. And all the functions, everything is. So like this, what they do, that means Purusha's role, they just consider for the purpose of seeing the Chetanatvam in the Pradhana. What is that? Pangu? Huh?
Pangum Langhayate Giri.
Pangum
Langhayate Giri.
No, not that, Prabhu. Okay. Anda Pangu. Pangu Anda Nyaya.
Anda Pangu.
So like you see, one blind person is there, and another one lame person. Lame or L-A-M-E? Lame person. He cannot walk. Blind person cannot see, and lame person cannot walk. But blind person, okay, पैर नहीं हैं लेकिन काम नहीं करता है. So lame person cannot see, cannot walk, and blind person cannot see. But they want to cross the road. Then what they will do? So lame person, so carrying the, blind person carrying the lame person on his shoulder. So like this, both will. The same philosophy. Chetanatvam is not there in the Pradhana, so that is given by the Purusha, and Pradhana is having all other functionalities. Those are all not there in the Purusha. That means they don't accept Purusha as a Sarva Shaktiman. Understanding? They don't accept Purusha as complete. He is also dependent on Pradhana, and Pradhana is also dependent on. But who is among these two, who is superior? Then they say Pradhana is superior. More important. Yeah. So this is the philosophy of the Sankets, basic philosophy. What, Mataji? Yeah. Purusha is not taking, but he is just just to cooperate. That means anything happening in this material world means, so like this. Purusha is also see here the point is, if you want to see the so many activities in the material world, how they are describing this? They are not saying Ishvara is the Sarva Karana Karanam. There is a part of the Purusha and there is a part of the Pradhana. So both together they are accomplishing the activity. You should take that. It's not that the one is taking and another is taking. Here the activity of crossing the road is done by what? That is a point, important point. Activity of the crossing the road. It's not that the, so now this blind person took the legs of the, it's not like that. The activity of crossing the road is achieved by the lame and blind, by the cooperation. Similarly, the activities in this material world are justified by the accepting something of the Purusha and also by the something of the Pradhana. So it's not that the Purusha itself is whole and sole reason for the everything. They don't, Sarva Karana Karanam, they don't accept. They don't give this credit to the Purusha. That is a problem. So now the point is, in this process, Pradhana is becoming active because of the Chetana of the Purusha. So now here now here what is happening? Shankaracharya is defeating this philosophy. How he is saying? Yatha agni nimittamayaha pindadehe dagdruktvam. This is pindadehe means loha. Now by the, in the fire, if you keep in the fire, then what will happen? This is also become fire. Yes. So yatha agni nimittamayaha pindadehe dagdrutvam tatha sati yan nimittam. So the same way, because of this agni, this pinda is now become the fire, it is also burn the others. Similarly, because of this pradhana, because of this Purusha, so pradhana got the chetana. Because of the Purusha, pradhana got the chetana. How the loha pinda got the agni from the fire, dahaka shakti from the fire, and then it is burning. Same way, pradhana is also getting the chetana from the Purusha, and now this pradhana is becoming the drashta. Ikshitrum, that means ikshitritvam. Seer, it became seer. So pradhana became seer. Now Shankaracharya, what he is saying? Tatha sati yan nimittam ikshitritvam pradhanasya tadeva sarvagnyam mukhyam jagatah karanam. So because of whom this pradhana got the ikshitritvam, so that one only is the sarvagnaha. Because of whom pradhana got the ikshitritvam, that means seeingness. So because of whom it got that ikshitritvam, that is superior, and that is sarvagna. That is the same logic. Because by itself it is not. So because what is the Vedanta Sutra we are studying? You have any sutra? Ikshate na shabdam. Ikshate na shabdam. Ikshate also you can take. Yeah. So there Ikshatehe means.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yeah. Yeah. What happened, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, you explain this is Shankara's explanation, this one? What you explained just now?
Shankaracharya
About
is
the Purusha and
this is Pradhana, this Sankhya philosophy I explained.
okay,
Now
okay,
Shankaracharya, how
Shankara.
he is concluding. So that means
Yeah, yeah.
their process he is analyzing and he is saying. He is analyzing and
Yes,
he is
yes.
saying. So if you
Yeah.
say, Prabhu, you can off the mic. So noise is coming from your house. Amok Prabhu. So
Yes,
Shankaracharya,
Prabhu.
yeah, noise is coming. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
Mute the mic. Hare Krishna. Okay. Huh? Okay. So now the point is what the Sankhya philosophy is there, that only Shankaracharya analyzing and telling to them. You people are accepting the ikshutritvam of the pradhana is achieved because of the purusha. That's why purusha is superior than the pradhana. So that's why ikshiter na shabdam in this sutra. Ikshitah, that means who is the seer. You should take the pradhana or you should take the purusha. That is the point. In that Brahman, the Brahma Sutras, in the Vedanta Sutras, so ikshiter na shabdam, there is a sutram. So that means yato va imani bhutani jayante. That means janmadhyasya yato yata janmadhyasya yatah. Before that athado brahma jignasa janmadhyasya yatah. So like this sutras are coming and these are all sutras are quoting to whom? That means jignasa, we should do jignasa for the pradhana, or we should not, we should do the jignasa for the purusha. That is a discussion. Sankhya, they say we should inquire the pradhana, not the purusha, because pradhana is the important. So now the when sutra we got ikshiter na sabdam, in this sutra ikshitehe, this ikshitaha, that means the one who is seeing. So who is this? This we should take the pradhana or we should take the purusha. So he Shankaracharya is saying in this sutra ikshitaha, that means the seer. Here in this seer we should take the purusha, not the pradhana, because pradhana is not originally seer, but because of the purusha only he got the vision. That means he is able to see, he became drashta, pradhana became the drashta. So that's why here ikshitehe means you should take purusha. Got it? Mataji got? Adarsh Prabhu, you didn't get.
Yes, Prabhu.
Amok Prabhu, you got it? Yes. So like this, that means this is the situation actually. Shankaracharya was doing this in the his Vedanta Bhashya, Vedanta Sutra Bhashya. So now here Jiva Goswami is saying, see, there also Shankaracharya accepted the supremacy of the Purusha. That means he is the Sarvagna, he is the supreme knower. Because of him only even Pradhana also is becoming the knower. So that's why, so here, by whom one get the, that means the ability to see, then that person is seer. Now the senses, mind, intelligence are there, they are also functioning, but they are all functioning because of the Kriya Shakti of the Brahman. Then who is superior? Brahman is superior. So ata punaha sakshi. So here it is saying, that's why who is Sarvagnaha? Brahman is Sarvagnaha, not the senses, mind. These cannot become Sarvagna. Tameva bhantam anubhati sarvam. So that's why it is also said in the Shruti. Shruti directly is saying, Tameva bhantam anubhati. All the, now there are so many things are illuminated. They are all following the original illuminator. I don't know that word is there or not, but I am using one. This English language is so difficult. So one is the cause for the illuminating others. Now you see there is a one lamp is there, and now because of this, otherwise this light is there. Now you are seeing this floor is also shining. It is also sending light. Yes or no? This floor is just shining or not? So these are all Bantam, Anubhanti. This is the main, and this is the Anu. Anu means is a follower. Floor is the follower, light is the main. Light is also shining, floor is also shining. Bhantam tameva bhantam sameva bhantam anubhati. So all they are all dependent on that. They are all following. This is Sutra, Shruti is saying. So similarly, the same way. So originally Brahman is having the Kriya and Gnana Sakti, and he is the real knower. Kriya Gnana Sakti means he is the knower. Whoever is having the Kriya Gnana Sakti, that person is the knower. Then who is the original knower? Whoever is having the Kriya Sakti originally, that is Brahman is the original knower, and all other even they are having minds and intelligence, and these are all also having the Kriya Gnana Sakti. They are all followers. They are Anubhati. They are not the Sarvagna. That is the point. They cannot become Sarvagna. Ko Hevanyat. It will become little slowly, it will become tough actually, even more. Tough means it will become more complex. Bhagavat Sandarbha by going, and I don't know how much we can proceed. My Mataji is intelligent. Really? Yeah.
So what I'm saying, the see,
Yes.
the pradhana, okay, it is inert, correct, unconsciousness, but it has a ability. From where this ability is getting then?
Pradhana is not a original seer. Yeah.
What
Yeah.
I'm saying, the see.
So now it is becoming seer because of the. So in the Sankhya philosophy, they don't explain the. They accept originally. They don't. They are not that the Tattvam is only one. They don't bother about these statements. This Prakriti and Pradhana, they are existing eternally. Tattvam is many. They don't, but because it's not that everyone should accept the Vedanta Shruti. That means Vadanti Tattvam Yasgnanam Advayam Brahma. That is not necessary. They didn't bother. That is not necessary. Even Nayayikas, they accept every Paramanu is Nitya. And every Paramanu is Nitya, and infinite things are eternally existing. And they are also not having any connection. It's not that the source of everything is only one. No. Yeah, they are eternally existing. That is their philosophy. So that means like this, even we are all accepting Jivatma eternally existing, but they are all, we are connecting with the Supreme Truth as the Tatasa Shakti of the Supreme Truth. But there is not necessary in every philosophy they should do like this. Every philosophy is itself is a philosophy. It's not that the every philosophy should be your philosophy. Everyone is taking this day-to-day activities, and finally they are analyzing things, and they are assuming some things, and they are finally giving some philosophy, so that by reading that you will understand this material life, and finally you will become peaceful. Peace. Yes. Purpose is, all the philosophies are there to get the peace only. Even the Sunyavadam, even if you go for the Advaita Vadam, any Vadam, if you, just to get the pleasure, happiness. Or not happiness, just happiness also is having different definitions. That is also is different. Some people they say just not having any dukkha itself is fine for me. I don't want any other source to have a sukham. Not having, mitigating the material pain itself is solution for me. And some people say, so I want pleasure also. And some people say, I don't want anything. That's a sunyam, everything. So everyone is having their own ideology. को ह्येवान्यत् कः प्राण्याद् एष आकाश आनन्दो न स्यात्. Kaha Atma, you are getting? Kohye, Kohye. Taittiriya Upanishad. Taittiriya Mataji. Kata is done. Ko Kaha hi eva anyat kaha प्राण्यात् येषः आकाश आनन्दः न स्यात्. This sutra is saying other than him, who can make the things live? What is it? Who can bring the life in the things? Other than him, who can bring? Who can? Other than that Anandaha, Akasha Anandaha. So no other than that Brahman can bring the life in the things. That means he is the Sarvagna. No other than the Brahman can bring the life in the objects. Chakshuhu chakshuruta srotrasya srotram. He is the eyes to the eyes. He is the ears to the ear. He is the ear of the ear. He is the eye of the eye. That means his Kriya Shakti and his Gnana Shakti is there in that eyes and ears. That's why they are all becoming eye. They are all able to see. That means that's why he is the eye to eye. He is the eye of the eye. Ata prakrutasya. We should not read much text actually. You cannot digest. Ata prakrutasya avishta. Because this is very so many points and things you cannot accumulate actually. It will go within. So now, okay, we'll do this tomorrow.